Hey everyone, Andy's back, and we're back today with a new series of episodes that I'm going to start. Obviously, you guys will be here for my FIFA content, maybe my son's Fortnite content. I am going to get back on the FIFA train, but for now, that's over there. And we're going to look at primarily on the Xbox, but these games are available for the most part on multiple consoles, whether it be Steam and PC, Switch, PlayStation, and various other mediums. Like this game I know is on Switch, I think it's on PlayStation, it's definitely on Steam. It's been out a little while, and it's Heroes of Hammerwatch, the Ultimate Edition, and this is the Hidden Gems series. So games that are great, that, I think for people more my age, are going to appreciate it more. If you're a fan of Gauntlet, Smash TV, Chaos Engine, things along those lines from back in the day. Some of you are probably looking at me now going, what? But those type of games, it's going to feel right at home for you. So this is the Hidden Gem series. I'm going to be playing the games all on Xbox, but as I say, there's nothing to say that these games aren't available elsewhere. Okay, so Heroes of Hammerwatch Ultimate Edition. I picked this game up not knowing what it is, never played it before. A friend sort of mentioned it, we're just going through co-op. I'm sort of bored with modern gaming, so we're finding them hidden gems for you. So what is Heroes of Hammerwatch? So basically, it's a roguelike sort of top-down single player or up to 4 player co-op dungeon crawler. So it's roguelike, so you start off, and I'll show you the difference between the two. So you can start a new character, and you'll have a range of about 4 or 5 of these. So you've got your Paladin, Ranger, Sorcerer, Warlock, Thief, Priest, Wizard, Gladiator, Witch Hunter. You don't have access to all these to start with. However, the ones that are unlockable, the Gladiator, the Wizard, the Priest, I think that's it. They're very easy to unlock, and it won't take you more than an hour or so. So you choose your character, and then away you go. So we'll choose one of my lower level characters. So if we go with Artemis, and you'll start off in your little village. Now mine's fully upgraded as we go, but this will start and it'll be very basic, and you have different stores around. So this one's for upgrading. All these are town buildings, so you've got Treasury, Guild Hall, General Store, Blacksmith, Ore Trader, Apothecary, and each one does different things. So the Wizard store over here, that will that unlocks your wizard, and it also unlocks your defences, so you can pay resistance, skill damage, crit damage, and skills. You've got the priest down here in the chapel. Now what this allows you to do is you can buy certain passive skills. You can only have one of these attached at a time. You can have up to 4, so you can have one from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, tier 4, so you have to pay to unlock them. And pay to have the tier unlocked, and that'll give you a passive buff for your characters, which are quite strong. Then you've got the inn over here, the tavern. These are brews or potions, drinks, whatever you like to call them, and these give you positive and negative effects. So this one's, you get 100% ore, which is like your currency that you can see at the top of the screen there that I've got 402 of. Ore is life. Everything you want, I've learned, is ore, not so much gold, but you get minus gold gain. Movement speed, but you get minus gold gain. Mana regen, it's got me in there, a smelly old man, and base health, such on and so forth. And then in the middle here, you've got your fountain, which are mutators. Now you don't have to run these if you don't want, but you can choose things that give you, that are good for you and bad for you. Now if you just chose all good stuff, you'll see in the bottom corner there, the gold, bottom right hand corner there, the gold rate's going up, and I can't afford it. 78 million we're on so far, so yeah, it's never going to work. But what you can do is add negative effects, and that'll take it down, and the more negative effects you have on, you'll see near the scales there that you get 95% gold gain and 95% experience as well. So you can bounce it up, you can save presets and make the game easier or harder based on you. You've got your pets, which I'll show you in a bit here. So these collect gold and ore for you while you're on the map. This is your trainer, so your class trainer. So again, you pay stars, which you'll see I've got 10 at the top. They're earned by leveling up your character. And then these are all different skills. So that's sort of like an ultimate attack where you'll spin around. You can root enemies. Just add some on. This guy is just where you can customize your character. You've got small basics of customization. That guy's got a mission where you've got to find a book, but you can't do it. This guy is where you upgrade your weapons and armor to do more damage in game. That's passive, that's permanent. You've got an anvil that you won't have to start, but through the game you pick up items and you can find their blueprints. So, and then what you can do at the beginning of each run, once you've found the blueprint, is pay a certain amount of ore and away you go. And then you've got the potion lady down here, which upgrades your potion. So you'll see in the bottom left hand corner of my screen, you'll see a potion with 2 bars. That's my health, my mana, and then a potion with 3 bars. So that 3 bars means I've got 3 in my backpack and 1 in hand, so potions heal. And then this little lady here, you can buy chest keys and some upgrades, some items to go into the game with, just to give you that little bit of head start. And then you've got this little chap here who is, you can buy or sell ore. So if you need, I've got 400 ore, if I need gold for any upgrades or anything, I can sell that. And if I've got a load of money which you earn from playing the game, I can do it the other way if I need ore for upgrades. And then this guy, you just choose between new game. So every time you complete it, you get new game plus, and that is infinite as far as I'm aware, and it just adds the difficulty, adds the experience. Bosses have more XP. So here we go, this is the meat of the game. So I'll just show you with a basic character while we talk. So I've chose the hunter, you've got some their mana, some cheese on the floor to help. So the dungeons are not all, it's always the same level. So this one's the caves, you'll have 3 levels, then the boss. For the most part, in the dungeon you'll have enemies, chests, trap rooms, and secrets. So it's twin stick, so you'll see the line which you can remove if you want, moving about. So it's sort of twin stick mechanics, and that's the same on all classes. You have your attack, so those, like I say, who are familiar with Gauntlet will be away, you know, straight away on this one. Smash TV, games of old, you know, even Chaos Engine, it made me want to play the other day. You'll be at home with this one, with how it works with twin sticks. Obviously there are some twin sticks for the young generation out there, but this game, what I found with it when I first downloaded it, I mean, some might not be a fan of this cutesy pixel art, but again, I've been gaming since 1842. This is a trap room here. Usually, so you can get a little button there where you can turn the trap off. Now, usually I have traps do less damage, which I've not put on as the mutator. I'll show you that next round. So I got a bit careless there, but there's secrets on the map. So you'll find like these cracks here, sometimes they'll have glowing eyes in them. That means you can go in and pick up extra items. I'm picking up gold now. So when you do pick up the gold, there will be stores in the game that you can buy items from that spawn randomly. The maps are all random generated. Sometimes you may get a god roll a god roll map. Turn into Eminem, then I'm a rap guard. No, I promise I'll never do that again for you. So sometimes you get a god roll and there'll be items everywhere, and then other times you'll get nothing, pretty much like this run. Now the difficulty of the game, so the idea is you go through and you've got the 475 at the top. I think this may be a secret. No. You've got the 475 at the top, which is your gold. And then you've got the 0, which is the ore. And then the bronze, which is a key. And the idea is, over on the right side on the screen, you've got my abilities, and then the yellow bar next to it is my XP. Left hand side of the screen is my health and my mana with my pots, and then my little character. So on the map here, you can see the little red squares are damage tiles. The blue circles are mana, the red circle with smiley face is me, and the green circle with a cross at the top is health pickups, and then bottom left there you'll see the arrow which we're going to, which is this door's the store. Sorry, the exit door. So you'll play for this as Aura, the green. So yeah, you're basically going through, you're picking items up from these chests and such, and getting as far as you can. Once you die, which I will show you in a minute, back to the beginning you go. Now, if I died now, I would receive nothing apart from any XP that I've already got in game. I'd get nothing extra. If what you have to do, and what the aim of the game is now, ore is also more important than gold because your base does have a tax point on it. Now, so the more money you hold, in both hand and in your store, will tax. Ooh, not good. Will tax any money that you send back to your village. So later on down the game, I've seen people hoard 300 million gold in game, go to send it back and got like 1 million. So this, as you can see there, watch. If you've not seen it already, little eyes flash up. And then in here there'll be a little secret. So that's one of the things to look out for. There's breakable walls. Later on you get teleporters and such on and so forth. So yeah, you want to collect ore is life. As I say, there are mutators and there's potions that you can find that will increase ore gains. So at the minute I'm on 2. You know, I've finished runs with over 100. As you get to the higher tiers, you'll start finding that there's more. You get into the hundreds. So starting out, I mean, I'm used to this game now. I've played plenty of hours. That's one of the ideas behind the video, that I'm only going to be doing videos on these if I'm sort of not adept at the game, but I'm good enough at the game to have a good understanding of it, and I can sort of promote it to you guys to go and give it a go. But when you first start, it's a very unforgiving game. Some of the classes are a lot harder than others. I've just leveled up there, but on my first runs, that first room that we've just cleared, I couldn't even get out of that. It was just death. It's not something you can start and run and gun with. These trap rooms can be a little bit of a pain. But you turn the trap off and then off you go again, and then you'll see on the right hand side of the screen in all them boxes there, they're just items you picked up, and then these are all your different stats. So there are RPG elements to it. Obviously once you die you lose all your items, so all I want to do is show you here we go. So I'm a lift here. Now ideally you want to try and keep your gold as much as you can in case you get a store. However, if you think you're going to die, you've got these which spawn before every boss, and usually every other level. You can send everything back to town so you don't lose it. So that all's gone back, and I had a low taxation rate. I always find that with your gold, unless you're saving for something specific, concentrate on more than ore and use all your gold in town when you start. So buy all your keys, buy your starter items, and then with any gold that you have left, buy ore, especially once you've upgraded your town a little bit. So I'm just concentrating, so you can see now it's starting to take its toll. I'm not going to heal. If I die, I die. In fact, I'll heal once, so there we go, potion. But if I die, he dies. But yeah, once you start upgrading your town to where you don't really lose out from buying and selling ore and things, that's what I'll do. I'll just do runs, get a couple 100 ore, 300 ore a run, and then if I need any money to upgrade my character stats, sell the ore, upgrade my character, So now we're starting to get spawners, upgrade my character, and then any money that I've got left again will we'll just buy the ore and then go again. So that's a very basic concept, guys. So like I say, you choose your character. Now every time you kill a boss or complete the game on a level, so at the minute I'm not on New Game Plus, so for every time, call it game 0, that I kill a boss and complete the game, I will get stat points based on my character. Now I think the Ranger, who I'm playing now, Rangers, is, I want to say crit damage, but I could be wrong, it could be attack power. So I'll get a stat of say +5 attack power by the time I've done the first run. That stat will then carry across to every character that I play with. So if I start a wizard, or I've already got a wizard, or I want to play as paladin, I'll get that +5 attack power. Then I'll complete the game with a paladin for my first run, and I'll get +20 armor. There's a secret here, I'll just show you there. There we go, it was a crack in the wall that I saw. And then up there is a store that I mentioned as well. So you can go and buy items in game, and then you've got these little monoliths here, which will give you a temporary boost in game, never negative. And I'm just going to head to the exit now. There's more to see and do in here, there's more chests, but I want to show you where you end up. But as I was saying, I complete the game with paladin with his +5 damage, and then I'll get +20 armor for completing the game with him, and that'll stack on every character. So now I've got +20 armor and +5 damage, and then I'll go on to my wizard, which will give me skill power, complete it with him, and I'll have my +5 armor, my +20 armor, my +5 attack damage, and then from completing the game with him, I'll get I think it's skill power, and then that'll add on to my other character, and it just all accumulates. So every run you're getting better. So there's no, it's beneficial to play with more characters. So that was the first boss, guys. So it's like 3 levels. This level, they do change. So this one's the dungeon. You'll find that these cells are locked. I can't get into them, but on the wall somewhere in here will be a switch. You press the switch, and then away you go. I mean, and then you get to a stage here where it's just too much for me to handle. I'm overwhelmed, and you're thinking, well, how am I going to get past that? So what you do then is go back, play with another character, if you wish, level him up, and then when your character comes back with, even if it's only 5 armor, there's a massive difference between having no armor if you do it with paladin. So you start off and it's quite slow. Progression, as I say, it took us a good couple of hours, about a night's worth of gaming, me and a friend, to get past that first level, and we didn't know what we were doing, and then it just clicked. And then what you'll find now, so if I put on, you can save your presets, so I'll put my preset on here, so it cost me 450 gold, and basically I'm making the levels a bit bigger, getting rid of trap damage. I'm not going to put any brews on. I will buy an item here just to show you. So these are blueprints that I found. Where is it? I normally have Curious Box. It gives you health, mana, attack, skill, power. I don't really need it, but I'll just show it you. And then I haven't got much gold, but I'll buy, I don't know, you can buy all of these, and the more you upgrade your town, like, and then you can re-roll it. Oh, I don't like this one. Re-roll it, have a look through, and you know, as long as you've got gold, and the more you upgrade your town, these will get better for you. So I'll buy a couple just to show you. Don't really matter, because there are items in the game that you'll pick up, and it'll be based on how many items you have in your inventory. Will give you plus health, plus mana, plus damage, plus skills, so on and so forth. So you saw my hunter, pretty basic. This is a blood monolith. Oh, this is a blueprint here, so I'll pick this up. I can now craft that at the beginning of the game on the anvil. This is a blood offering, so this will take 10% of your health off, but it'll give you a effect that's permanent throughout your run. So that gets an increase to health regen. So wizard, different class, he's got like ricochet and skill shots. Now obviously as you do gain XP you do more damage, and then the stars that I showed you earlier, that's what I'm looking for over here. This is a monolith that will just imbue with power. So obviously you've got basic attack, and that's how you'd start as a sorcerer, just with your ricocheting, and then where you end up is just a room clearer. Now you might be thinking, well, it's going to be boring running the same thing over and over again. That's what a roguelike is, unfortunately. However, once you've killed a boss, you can, in each level, you'll find one of these rooms, which is a teleport room. And then you just come in and wipe it out like that. Now obviously it's not always that easy. I'm quite high level. Quicker you kill it, the more you get. But yeah, you try that for the first time and you'll have a bad time. And that happens every level. So you think, well, what the idea is run around the level, collect everything on the level, and then do this. So if these, if you pick another 3 or 4 items up, you're 3 or 4 items better off. And then what this will do is, I think it drops 8 items. It does get harder every turn, so you'll see on this one as well that obviously I didn't delete it in one, and the next one will be harder still. And even the state, I think I'll be able to do the next one, but the one after that I think I'd struggle on my own. And then you're on a new level, and this is one of the buffs I've gotten from a fountain, is where it just allows me to, I didn't bring any keys, but these are ghost walks, so I wouldn't be able to get that chest normally, but having that on allows me to. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I'm not going to take you on a full run of the game. As I say, if you are looking for something to play, this is another trap room, puzzle room in here. I don't really get that one, but it just seems to be random. I'll show you this one as well. So this one is another trap. So as soon as I press this button, the trap starts and you've got to get back. Now some of these trap rooms, again, I haven't brought any keys. Always bring your keys, guys. Yeah, you do need keys. But yeah, you become godlike, and then obviously you move on to New Game Plus, and you think, well, is that it? Partly yes, but what we will show you in a second, because I'm not really gaining anything from this in a minute. This level you have to smash these statues here and you'll get ghost spawns. I think there's three per level, and then the exit will appear, so you can't just run through the levels to the exit, but you don't want to anyway. The idea is you want to be killing enemies, getting your combo up. Your combo gives you bonus damage, health regen, mana regen, dependent. So there's a little bit of an RPG element, and there's a lot of skill, and you'll see with some of the classes that there's a lot higher skill level. Like for a beginner, play the paladin. He's just unridiculous. Like he's got a heal built in. He does ridiculous amounts of damage. He's got he can basically block all ranged attacks. He's ridiculous. You've got the mage, who is a bit of a glass cannon, who just, what breaks me is he stands there and casts. Now you'll see Genie's lamp up there. These are like God's nectar at the minute. So these are the potions, and that's exactly the one that I wanted. So that'll be able to do me an ore run later on, a Rita ore run. And then you're just looking for the exit again. I mean, obviously you do when you're playing the game, not for the fact of this, sort of review or recommendation. You want to be collecting everything, stashing it when you feel necessary. I, particularly on this character at the minute, probably feel no need to stash anything on New Game Plus. So yeah, you've got the caves at the beginning. You've got the dungeon or the prison, whatever you want to call it. Then you move on to this level, or the halls, if you like. After this one is the archives, which is a library. That's when the game starts picking up in difficulty a hell of a lot. And then you've got, it's like another halls. It's like, I call it like this, like throne roomy level. I have got a silver key on this one, so I'll just show you this one again. Don't do this if you've not got the well unlocked, because them traps will just delete you in one. And then after you've got the top of the castle, like sort of the ramparts, and then you fight the last boss. Once you fight the last boss, you'll unlock New Game Plus, and you'll get the maximum buff you can get for your character for other characters. So I think mine at the minute is mana regen for this character, so I can run this 1001 times on New Game. That's a secret there. So if you see, little pro tip there, see the red flag on this one with the blood drop on it, that is a secret that you can just walk into. Yeah, I will get nothing. I mean, I will get a little bit of XP for running this, but apart from an easy life getting ore, there's not really much point of me running this. So, but if I move to New Game Plus, then I can start stacking them buffs again and make my character stronger and stronger, and they are indefinite. You press Y to get your map up, and then the red little exclamation marks are the statues that I want to disappear. Now again, that took me about half a second to kill. Even on New Game Plus, I bet I'm stood there a good 30 seconds before they disappear. So the difference in difficulty is quite high. Don't just expect to think, well, I've done this, I've breezed through. Now, that sounds good, what, 4, 5, 6 levels with 3 acts for the most part. Some of them only have 2, and then the boss, that's going to get dull pretty quickly. Not if you enjoy this game. I've really enjoyed this game. I mean, I've got about 600-700 games ready to install, and this one's kept. I've played it religiously since getting it. As I say, at first I was a bit skeptical, but I've kept with it, and I'm in love with it. So what we'll do now is I'm gonna go and force myself to die, because I think you've seen enough of this. And there are some other DLCs, but they are hard. They are endgame hard. And what they do is they just allow you to buff more and more. Now, you've got an arena mode, which you unlock the gladiator, which is good fun. That just drops you into like a Roman style Colosseum. There's traps all around, so you might get these, which usually fire arrows. There might be pillars that go up and down that squash you, spike traps on the floor, fire pits. I mean, this is ridiculous. If you tried this, sorry, just changing subjects, with any character beginning, you know, when I went on, you wouldn't get past the first batch of enemies. But obviously where I am now, I mean, I haven't even picked up a lot of items, and you're just walking into things. But yeah, back to the Colosseum. I do apologise for waffling, which I do tend to do. Is you'll fight waves of enemies, you'll dodge the traps that get progressively harder. I think there's 7 rounds, but again there's mutators where you can make them longer, faster, shorter, and then the better you do, the higher combos you get. The crowd will throw you items, and them items are little bags, and in those bags is where you'll find, you know, the items that I've been getting out of chests on this map. That's where you'll be finding those. So that the better you do. Sorry, Binman, I've just decided to turn up outside. I'll drop my 9 ore off. And this boss is the one where you'll, well, you say 3 deaths and, well, like Grim Reaper types, and normally you'd have a bad time, but we're deleted. But yeah, they'll throw the items out. You just become more and more powerful after the 7 rounds. You can either move on to like, again, like sort of a harder wave set, or you can back out and you get even more skill points. You get another set of skill points then where you can buff your strength and things like that. So this is the archives level. I said I won't be taking you this far. But here we are. I just love this game. But like I said, I can pretty much play this with this character on autopilot at the minute, just with the upgrades. Now you saw me nearly die there because I've not been fully concentrating, but you're back up again in no time. And then you've got to find the books on this one, because on the boss there's like 4 stages, and these books, that'll say number 2 up there, yellow. So on when you're fighting the boss, there'll be 4 grids: yellow, red, green, blue, I think. And the books tell you which order. So you want to be doing the yellow section next. Second, I'll probably find another book later, which will say like red 1, and so you know to do that first, and that's fine. But yeah, with the again, I keep cutting off track, don't I, guys? So with the arena, you'll get even more skill points to add in your characters, and again, you might only be able to do the first 7 waves, but that might give you +1 armor, +1 strength, +1 resistance, and +1 crit by the time you've done it. You do all this. Here's my second book. There you go. So I'd do the third one. It would be blue, and then so on and so forth. But it adds up, and it only takes that one stat. You know, like they say, oh, it's the straw that breaks the camel's back. Well, it's the other way on this. You'll be struggling, and then you'll just make one upgrade. You'll buy one item, partial to a cheeky blueprint, and then you'll fly through, and you'll think, oh, what's the issue? And it's like even with me doing this now, I'm gonna run for this. I might die. I don't really care. I could have gone across the skywalk, and I don't have a key anyway. So this one, you've got to find a button to escape as well, otherwise you can't escape. But yeah, we were getting stage by stage and sort of like maybe a boss and I, and then you just hit the wall, and then all of a sudden we cleared the boss, like the end level boss, the end of gamer boss for his first run. And they were like, wow, like we struggled to get it. We went back the next run and we smashed it straight away. Like I went on a beginner character and my mate went on his Paladin, and we just walked through it, like no issues. And then I've done it, you know, like now I've not used shops, I've not looked for all the secrets, and I'm flying through it. But you move on to New Game Plus, and it's game over. So we will. Is there a drop-off point on this map? No, so I'm going to end the run as a death, I think. Let me find a trap room. So you've got the arena. I'm actually there. I was actually regenning quicker, so I'll just die. You've got the arena mode, and then there's the desert as well. Always hit restart. That doesn't mean restart map, it'll bring you back. If you hit return to main menu, then you're going to go and choose your character. So you've got the City of Stone. So this is all the same. You'll see all these people here. They're all the same as just what was in the other village, apart from, where is it? Over that way is a pyramid that you've got to get to, but you can't just get to it. So this is another one. So you've got 5 ranks. You start at rank 1. You do your 5 ways and you'll get your swords. Do rank 1, swords, 2, swords, such on. Then you come to this guy, and that's for your arena. I'll show you quickly. And then the more you do, you get your swords and you can make all them upgrades. So again, these just add to all your characters. So if I go to, I'll leave it on rank 2. I'm going to die straight away. This is random again, just like your dungeons. So there's these spikes that'll hurt you. This little thing will light up and give you a buff every now and again. You get your enemies spawning. If I stand on that, it'll go dark, and then what you'll find, you always want to be on the outside of the map. Let's see, that's made it go dark for a couple of seconds. Comes back. The audience will throw these little bags around. And these are your items. I thought there was a limit on items you could pick up, so I'll be dead picky with them. I don't think there is, so just pick everything up you can. Well, I've not hit that limit if there is, so I apologise if you're playing it and it turns out that there is a limit. And then you'll get this. The altar offers you a powerful boon, so you leg it across, pick that up, and I get Sundering Strikes, which I think is armour bypasses armor, if I'm not mistaken. And this is generally it. Now, you don't get any rewards unless you complete the full wave. So if I died at wave 2, I wouldn't pick anything. It'd be a waste. So you've got to be sort of confident on this one that you can make it the full 7 waves. And that's generally it. As I say, once you've done it, you'll so I've got another boon up here, and to start with, this is all you want to do. Like, it looks a bit boring, but just get to the outside of the map, kite the enemies, because they will do you damage. I've got no mana at the minute. You've still got the same amount of pots, but I don't want to use them. You want to start picking items up as much as you can. Some of these will drop health and things as well, so if you know where they are, it will show you on the map if there's anything. Like down there, there's another bag. The traps on this map are quite... You can pick something up as well which will stop that darkness, but again it's random, but they're quite light on this one, so this would be quite a lucky map to have. The only problem I'm having at the minute, I mean, I can pop a potion and that'll give me full health, but I'm not that bothered about dying at the minute. And the only time I'd go in the middle is as soon as it says, oh, there's a boon. But obviously at the minute it's quite slow, so I'm not getting many rewards from the crowd. So you want to keep your combo going, and then crowd will start cheering, and then they'll start just throwing things out everywhere. But I'm going to die on purpose. There we go. So that's the dungeon. So that gives you something else to do. And then what you'll want to start doing is, as you progress in the game, is start picking it up. Now, these are 2 areas that I've not dabbled with. There's 2 more areas at the minute. So one is the desert. Now, this is like your second dungeon. Now, what you have to do on here is wander around the desert aimlessly and collect gold. Now, you can, there's 3 sections to this again, so if you want to, you can, oh, there he is, that's the guy I'm looking for, just run 3 random maps and then you'll get to the boss. However, if you choose the wrong path, a sandstorm will appear with like a little genie in it, and you're going to have a bad time. And then for every time you get it wrong, you can have up to 3 of them appear, and they'll just follow you till ends of time. But what you can do, and I haven't got enough for it, these are curses in here, so you can pick these up, and in here you can choose one of these, but you'll also get cursed, and the more cursed you get, like, the more damage things do to you as well. So you can choose multiple if you wish, but I've got +4 curse. Now, you can get curses down later on in the game, so it's just all about balancing it. So what you'll do here is get killed by scorpions, buy the map, and then each map I thought I picked up more than that. Each map piece gives you the true exit, if you like, because I think there's 2 or 3 exits on each map. Now, if you get the wrong one, like this, a great fair spawn, but you can use that map. I should have shown you, to be fair. Now this will just follow me to the end of time now, and it'll spawn little genies. But I'm just going to leg it again and show you. Now, once you've got, the idea of this is to get to the Great Pyramid, and that's where this level begins. Now, once you're in the pyramid, it's the same sort of thing as the dungeon that we ran before, the tower. Oh, that's not the exit, bugger. But in there you can also unlock statues. You can build them statues that are very expensive, require a lot of ore, and they give you even further buffs. So like crit damage again, I think there might be one for lifesteal, attack speed, things like that. And again, it just changes your game completely. So that time we took a gamble and we got the right one. Okay, and again, it's all making your game much easier, as it were, as you play. And then there's the Moon Temple, which I've not really got into at all at the minute, but that is hard. Like that seems like, you know, first room on that one, just absolutely game over on it. So that's generally it, guys. I've waffled long enough. So it's my first episode. This is going to be ongoing. I've got, I think, 10 definitive episodes planned, and then I've got 3 on the back burner to sort of I'm thinking about doing, and I just want to see what the sort of reception is. This is the boss on this level, so this is based on Frank Miller's Dune, the Sandworm. I think this, you know, I think it's called the Doom Worm, isn't it, on this? You can damage him, but you want his head up, and then when he's got his head up, that's when you sort of go to town. His head will show on the map as a red circle and kill him. So, but yeah, these games are not all gonna be like this. Some are gonna be games that have, you know, flown under the radar. But it's just generally games out there that when you're bored, I mean, lockdown's still going on for some people. Some people are unable to work full time due to illness. You know, I know fully about that, so I'm with you on that, guys. You know, you've played all these AAA games, you've been let down by them, you know, your Crackdowns and your Fire Teams and Outriders and things, and, you know, I mean, there is joy to be had with them games, but they're not always the best, unfortunately. And then you've got a little gem like this that, you know, is going to give you a couple 100 hours play time, you know, either by yourself or with your friends. And it might be a game like this that's an indie game, or it might be sort of what was meant to be a AAA game or a B+ game that just got missed. But if you can like the video, comment what you want to see in the future, what you liked about the video and what you didn't. I mean, one thing I'm sort of toying with is, do you want to see my ugly mug on camera or not? Do you just want me to voice over? Do you want me to do full playthroughs of games? You know, do you want me to do guides for these? Because I could happily do your guide for this as well to get you started, to make your life much easier. You know, I appreciate some of these are going to be older games, and you think, well, this game's 10 years old. Yeah, that's fine, but only 3 people have played it. And if we can turn that 3 people into 3,000, then I've done. Oh, I thought I had a bleeding arm then, which would have been lent on it. Then I've helped, you know, developers, and I've helped you guys. So that's what we want. So yeah, like, if you know, subscribe to my channel. That's what I'm looking for a minute. I really need subscribers. Comment down, you know, if you enjoyed the game, if you've picked it up, if you've played it before, if you've got any tips for other people playing the game, if I've maybe put something across that's wrong information about the game, please feel free to correct me. But other than that, guys, I'm going to get this uploaded. I'm going to start working on the next one, which will be tomorrow. But until then, stay safe, enjoy your gaming, and as always, just peace and love, guys.